We're now on to task number 5. And yes, we're still inside the speaking module. We still got a couple more of these to go. This task right here is called Answer Short Questions. And yes, they did make changes to this task, but I won't even bother calling this the new. Why? Because this task has always been very insignificant. Now, in the past, before the changes, this task used to contribute to your speaking and your listening. Very little, but it did. Now, I've actually experimented on the exam where I didn't even answer these questions. I just skipped them all. And I was still able to get 90. That's why I say this task was insignificant. Now, with the change after August 2025, they actually removed the speaking points. Yes, they removed the speaking points. It's a speaking task inside the speaking module, but you get no speaking points. Welcome to PTE. So what points do you get? Listening. That's it. And I'm sure it's the same. It's not going to be a lot because there's not a lot of these questions, and I've already tested it against the more important questions, and the other questions give you a lot more listening. All right, I hope that makes sense, but you'll hear more about it when I get to the scoring. For now, in this tutorial, what I'm going to talk about is the overview. I will give you an overview to what the Answer Short Question task is. And then, of course, like I said, I'm going to talk a little bit about the scoring. How do you get points? All right, y'all ready? Let's get into it. Here is the rundown for the Answer Short Questions. You'll be given 5 to 6 of these questions individually. You'll have 10 seconds to answer each question. Your answers should be between 1 to 2 words maximum. Please do not answer in a complete sentence. If you pause for more than 3 seconds, your microphone will turn off. You'll automatically be taken to the next task. This task is very straightforward. They're not testing you on fluency and pronunciation. I'll show you that when we get there. This is strictly listening comprehension and vocabulary. But most importantly, doesn't give you a lot of points. So don't get intimidated. Don't panic if you're not able to answer a question, 2 questions, 3 questions. Because remember, I've already experimented with these questions and they don't carry a lot of points. So maintain confidence. But for now, let me show you what this task looks like. This is a screenshot from the official PTE mock exam. This is the closest we're going to get to seeing what it looks like on the real exam. Now you can see here, this looks very similar to the repeat sentence. Please don't mistake it as the repeat sentence. You can see at the end of the line above, it says just 1 or a few words is enough. This is not repeat sentence. You're going to have an audio recorder. It's going to count down to when they played the question for you. And once the question is finished, you're going to hear a beep. And that's when you speak. Of course, there's going to be a timer to count up, but basically, once you hear the beep, say your answer, press next. And when you press next, a pop-up will appear asking if you are sure. Don't read it because I'm telling you now what it says. Press yes and let's go. I've already expressed how I felt about this task. Right? To me, it's very insignificant because I was able to score perfect marks without actually answering any of these questions. So that's why this is probably the only time you ever hear me talk about this task, because I need to let you know what it is. But to understand why I feel this way, we got to take a look at the scoring, right? So let's take a look at the score guide. As you can see here, this is completely different from all of the other speaking tasks because this doesn't give you any speaking points. It doesn't take into account content, fluency, or pronunciation. It has never done that. So that's probably why they removed the speaking points. As you can see, it's only giving you points for appropriate word choice, meaning if your answer is correct. If it's correct, you get 1 point. If it's incorrect, you get 0. Now, keep in mind, there are no negative markings. So what does that mean? Well, if you're not sure, just say anything. It doesn't matter. Something is better than nothing. If you say nothing, you get nothing, right? So take a chance because you don't lose points here. But besides that, again, it doesn't really give you a lot of points. So if you're not able to answer or you know you're making up the answer, don't panic. It's okay. You get a lot more points from everywhere else, this one will probably give you the least amount of points anyways. All right? So you're ready to go to the next task? Let's go.